Jawan Jennings has sort of become the go-to guy in this passing game. It's really been Jennings and Kittle all year, and they're playing great. But one guy's a tight end, and one guy's about as fast as a tight end, and they really don't have an ability to stretch the field unless Brock Purdy holds the ball for 8 seconds or something. Do you think that the lack of downfield speed is hurting this offense?
Speed is one element of it. So basically, let's talk about like a downfield passing game, right? There essentially has to be 3 elements. You got to be able to protect.
Yeah.
If you can't do that, you're not going to be able to throw the ball down the field, right? So I think actually the 49ers in pass protection, I haven't looked at grades, but I actually think they're doing okay.
Yeah.
They probably need a new right tackle. They probably need a new center.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of that, though, they're actually holding up pretty well. The O-line's relatively healthy. I think they're protecting Brock better than average. The other thing that you need, and when Ayuk got hurt, this is really what they don't have anymore. In order to throw the ball down the field, you got to have receivers that get open when it's press coverage on the outside one-on-one.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not just talking about running a slant and like catching the ball for 7. I'm talking about like you're going against a corner who runs 4-3 or 4-4. You got different releases off the line of scrimmage that get separation, and you can get on top of the corner. They call it stacking, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we can make a move off the line. We can stack on top of the cornerback, and we can threaten deep on the outside, right?
Right.
So let's
score a touchdown and make that guy never, ever, ever play you like that again.
And you only need to do it once a game, right?
Yeah.
You do it once a game, the defense, the safety, they got to think about it all the time, right?
Mm.
So let's look at the personnel. Ayuk kind of was that guy.
Yep.
He can get open in man coverage. He's crafty. His speed maybe isn't elite, but he's fast enough. He's fast enough. He goes down. Okay, Deebo Samuel's up. Deebo Samuel might be the most overpaid from a pure wide receiver standpoint. He has some elite traits after the catch that nobody else has, almost like a bigger Tyreek Hill to a degree. But he doesn't do that. There's not one elite corner that's worried about him one-on-one on an island, getting open, beating them over the top at all. Right?
You can't put him on the line of scrimmage at X and say beat press. He wouldn't.
He wouldn't be able to do it, right?
No.
So we all know that. Let's look at the other guy they have, Jawan Jennings, who love the way he plays. I love his game. If he's my number 3 receiver, I'm stoked. I'm loving it. But he runs 4.7.
Mm-hmm.
I think he runs 4.7, right?
It might be 4.72, something like
something like this, right? His yak, he can break tackles. He's tough. He has good contested catches. But again, you think you're going to line up an elite corner on him, and he's going to beat him over the top, and he's going to take it for a big play? He's not going to do that.
Mm-mm.
You could put him in the slot like against the Rams. He can run a little out and up, be crafty, and then like go down the sideline. You could get deep this way, but I'm not talking about that, right? So just from a personnel standpoint, they don't have the wide receivers to beat one-on-one press man coverage against elite corners.
What do you see from Ricky Pearsall and Jacob Cowing?
We'll see. I think the jury is still out. I think they're small. I think Ricky probably has to get a little stronger. I think him and Ayuk have similarities in their games.
Ayuk's a lot stronger than Ricky. I can attest to that.
They still need a bigger guy like a George Pickens, right? Like a bigger guy that a DK Metcalf style receiver. Then the third element is Brock Purdy.
True.
And if we're just being honest about Brock Purdy, right? We talked about some of the things that he does well, some of those traits, the athletic ability. Brock Purdy is not sitting in the pocket. While he's sitting in the pocket, going through reads, seeing a guy on his third read 40 yards down the field with like a step of separation and just ripping it, right? That's not his game. And if you look at the elite quarterbacks, they all have that. They all have that.
Jordan Love can do that.
Jordan Love does it. Yeah, he does it a lot, right? Even Sam Darnold, I've seen this year, he's done it at times, right?
Yeah.
You have to have those 3 elements to have a downfield passing game, and the best teams in the league have that. So
they're a good answer. We've seen the last couple of weeks the Niners have been really 20 yards and in as far as throwing the ball. It's like they have that intermediate area where they'll run crossers or digs, and Purdy can usually throw that with some anticipation and accuracy, but the big plays are going to come after the catch from that point out.
And those aren't even happening. I mean, you got Juwan Jennings, he's breaking tackles, but he's not housing it. And Debo hasn't been Debo, and well, maybe he's always been Debo, but he hasn't been that 1 year Debo that we all saw that he's capable of.
Yeah, the Debo with the bag dangled right in front of his face. That was a different Debo.